Let's go.
This is another Hamish and Andy podcast.
3, 2, 1.
It's been a long day out in the tractor, and I reckon I've earned myself a bit of a chinwag about
first loves.
I'm a midwife and I've been catching babies all day, but I really need to catch up on...
It was probably Mia Brown for Manda.
Well, everyone's agreed to drop everything because it's 3 o'clock. And Hamish and Andy have declared today's topic
If I
is...
remember correctly, Fleur Flugelachford.
This is Hamish and Andy's Happy Hour.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hamish and Andy with you. You remember incorrectly, but
First love? Who was your first love?
half correctly, I suppose. Fleur Freeland, it was. Did Mia Brown
She was quickly replaced by
Quickly re-
Nintendo.
Oh, right, yeah, fair enough. Was there
No,
any
we
call-
dated.
How old were you?
Or 9 or 10?
Okay, so you would have held hands.
Big time.
Did you exchange any friendship bracelets?
Mate, come on. What do you think? This was the 80s?
Yeah.
Oh, it was the 80s,
It was,
actually. No, I gave her a sterling silver M, which I think cost $9 from the
Really?
shopping centre jewellers.
That's-
that she wore proudly for several weeks.
Yeah.
Until a rumour was circulating that she dumped me. I chose not to believe it. So in class, of course, you can never talk to your girlfriend. That would be marriage.
Yeah, exactly.
But in class, I looked over at her and sort of indicated to her, like, show me the...
Yeah, just pointed at your neck.
Show us the necklace,
Yeah.
and she just gave me a shake of the head
and said,
and went, "Oh!" And we were basically the '80s version of Blake and Sam.
Blake and Sam, yeah. It was like it.
I just went, "What? This is? I can't
I
believe
mean, I
it."
didn't have $9. Well done to you having $9 to fork out. I showed my
You do
love.
your box hedge business.
I did, but it was probably 11 and 12 years
I
old.
think I
when
pestered Mum to let me.
for $9. Yeah, I obviously did what everyone did when they didn't have any money, was write it down 1,000 times. I love
Over and
Fleur
over and
Freeland.
over.
Yeah, exactly. And then give her the piece of paper, which is not weird. In fact, it's the
It
highest.
shows
form of
commitment. Well, I was. I think actually, from memory, Mum did give me the money to buy her the M because then I went. When I gave it to her, she wrote me a letter saying, "Thanks so much for the M. Yes, I like you as well, and we should be boyfriend and girlfriend." And I was so excited to get this letter that I brought it home and put it on the fridge, mostly to gloat, but also to show Mum that her investment in me was not being wasted, that I was taking the gifts she was buying for me to give to girls and getting some big results at school with them.
There is love at first sight, Ham. Not many people talk about love at first here, but that is how nature works. A lot of mating calls.
Yeah.
Girls normally hear the mating call, and
Okay.
that's where they go, whatever
That's-
the animal may be.
That's the baboon for me.
We want to do that. We need a single female out
Yep.
there to call up. Also, any single males, but think about your mating call. You're not going to be able to speak to her. All you're going to be able to do is make a sound of some description.
Look, it could be words if you want. It could just be a guttural noise. Totally up to you. Australia's most primal radio mating game.
Hey, it's time for...
Hamish and Andy's Mating Calls.
You put it well before, Ham, when you described it as Australia's most primal dating game show.
I actually think I said mating game, but let's go dating.
You're dating, yeah.
Because it presumes less of a win.
Yeah, it certainly does. Hey, the way this is going to work, people talk about love at first sight. We are going love at first here.
Yep.
A lot of the wild works this way, where the female waits for a mating call or puts out a mating call herself.
Yep. And then the guy goes, right, we're in business, or vice versa. Bit of chest thumping.
Too many eyes used in today's day and age, you would say, with regular human courting.
Well, it's you got to go in the whole night. You'd be familiar with this, Ando. You spend your whole night out there. And wouldn't it be easier if just a bit of a chest thump could solve it once and for all? Or if you could do a bit of, if you turn up on girls' doorstep and just go whoop, 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 whoop.
Yes. I mean, something
Wouldn't
like
that be a lot easier?
Well, I wouldn't go...
What would yours be then?
Pardon? I'd go something for hire, wouldn't you? I mean, whoop, whoop, whoop seems a little bit like
So a lot of
anyone could do
testosterone.
it.
Mine would definitely be low.
Really? What do you...
And I'd be
You
sniffing.
sound like a motorbike.
Yeah, and that's
But you're
very
not gonna
attractive to women.
You're not going to cut through the pack. Don't you have to go like...
No. Get out of here, mate. I don't want that in my bed.
Anyway, we'll find out. Ashley, you are single.
Yes, I am.
Great, Ashley. You ready to play this dating game where it's love at first here? You won't actually get to speak to any of these guys, but they will put a mating call up. Now, I mean, they can't hear us at you at the moment, but would you favour a higher one or a lower one?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean,
It's
you
hard. It's very hard to. It's very hard to say, isn't it?
I mean, you heard Hamish's bumbling before versus my high one. I mean, actually, which one of those?
Eddie, the whole point is not to lead the witness.
But they can't hear him.
I know, but just don't call mine bumbling. It's just very hard.
You got defensive.
Here's the thing: it's very hard because it's primal.
Yeah.
You can't know in advance what you're going to like when you hear
It's
it. You
true.
just have to go with your gut.
Yeah. Well, are you ready to hear them, Ashley?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, great. The first fellow is Emlyn. Like, he's not allowed to say hi or anything like that. He's just about to give us his call. Ashley is all ears. Take it away, Emlyn. Not bad.
Pretty good.
I mean, again, we're not allowed to leave.
Ashley,
how did that?
thoughts? Anything stir in you there when you heard that?
There was a bit of a shock when it got really high pitched, but
But he's
not bad.
he sounds powerful. He sounds like a. I interpreted that as dominant male.
Yeah, well, maybe she doesn't want that though.
It also sounded a bit like when Scooby-Doo runs on the spot before he takes off, and that's not dominant male. That's usually done in a time of fear.
Brad is now standing by. He's not allowed to say hello, everyone, but he's going to give his mating call to Ashley. Take it away, Brad.
I loved that one.
You loved it. To me,
Okay.
it sounded like an
That was a good
Ariba, and then unconfident improvisation, and then a bit of a Frenchman going, oh.
That's all right.
I loved it. I mean, it was
The French
international.
was interesting at the end, wasn't it?
I think that
It
was a
gave-
subtle ploy to just chuck in a bit of French.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Because it makes you feel like it's got a European flavour.
George is our final contestant. We are talking about love at first here.
They've all been very good.
Instead of love at first sight, a mating call from George. Take it away for Ashley.
Is that a bird?
It could be inspired by,
Yeah.
but how did it make you feel, Ash?
Kind of made me feel like I was talking to a cockatoo.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well,
Or pigeon.
Ashley, you're going to have 10 seconds now thinking music. That fires up.
Unless you've already got who you know it
Who
was.
do you think you'd like to go with?
Okay, so from all the ones that I've heard, they're all fantastic.
Oh, that's
But
nice.
Very good.
if I've got to go with my heart and my ears,
You do.
I'd say number 2.
Yeah, he's got
Brad, you've got it! You've got it! Brad, congratulations. You're single, Brad, of course?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Have you used that mating call before on girls?
No, but I think I might have to now.
Oh, it works.
Can we hear it one more time to take us out?
All right.
It's a good choice, Ashley. Well done. You guys obviously meet up and get married, so you won't get to use that much more, Brad. But
Brad, we're gonna pay for a cab charge to Ashley's suburb, and then you have to walk around her suburb doing the noise, and she has to mimic it, and you guys will find each other.
I'd recommend proposing immediately, Brad, and then breaking it off of about 5 weeks. That normally endears you to Australia. Thanks very much for playing, guys. Hamish and Andy's Happy Hour.
And recently on holidays, I was able to perform a wonderful Not Lying. This is a game that you and I really enjoy playing. It was invented by you and I. Just when you have to deal with a situation where you don't want to be rude, but you also don't want to tell a lie. I mean, sometimes an easy option is just a white lie. If you get served a terrible meal, and someone says, "Do you like it?" The easy option is just to say, "I love it." But that's a lie. A more fun option is to play Not Lying, where you end up saying, well, I wasn't expecting something of that quality.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it kind of sounds like it's a compliment, but in fact, it's just a nice way of getting out of that situation with not lying. Here's a fun one. As you know, on my left arm, I have several tattoos.
Yes.
They were all performed over the course of our radio and television career, mostly as jokes. In fact, all as jokes.
I'd say all as jokes.
Pink, the singer, did one.
Certainly on a whim.
Always on a whim.
Yep.
I got an anchor because we went on a boat. There's a few on there. I've got a sombrero on a frog. There's just a
Fair to say your wife's not your wife's favourite patch of your body?
She's got immune to it over time.
She's come to love it.
Certainly prefers the right arm, though. I think if she had to play what's your husband's preferred arm. And as well on
Great
there,
game.
there's not a series in it, but it might be fun for one episode. There's on the bottom of the tattoo sleeve that I have, there is the Olympic rings, which I got done because one weekend you and I did 24 sports in a weekend.
Yeah.
And I thought that warranted the
Olympians, you thought it might inspire us, give us a bit of extra power?
If you were feeling weak at one stage as we were playing
across.
Gaelic football or something, you could look across, see the Olympic rings and dig deep.
I should point out that you had those Olympic rings when we were at the London Games, and when we had a lot of the Olympians around.
A lot of respect. They appreciated
it. To my house to do the radio show, they weren't wrapped with you.
I read that a different way. I had a lot of them going, thanks for taking the time, mate, to get
with their words?
Mostly with their eyebrows and their scales. So the thing is, when I forget that I've got these tattoos all the time, the Olympic rings is definitely the one that maybe grabs people's attention. And I just forget that people obviously, no one else knows that it's done as a private joke.
No.
And the natural thing to think is, why would you have the Olympic rings if you're not an Olympian?
Yeah.
On the holidays, all my wife and I did was pretty much just eat fried cheese as we went around Greece and Italy. Now, at about 2 weeks in, I thought I'm gonna go for a run to counteract counteract the effect that several serves of fried cheese a day is having on my body. So I went out for a run, very, very hot in Greece. Wasn't a very long run at all, about 20 minutes. It was like, all right, I've done enough. Came back in, but got back to the hotel we were staying at. Still in running gear, like in a singlet and shorts and sneakers, drenched because I'm a profuse sweater.
Yeah.
Hop in the lift at the hotel, and there's an American couple in there. She looks at me, and she said, the lady of the couple looks at me and goes, "Oh, was running your event?" And I go, "What does that mean?" Then I realise I'm in a singlet, and she's just glanced up from my left arm. She's seen the Olympic rings. Yeah. So then I think to myself, can I do a bit of a not lying here? So she says, "Oh, was running your event?" And I went, "I wish." And she said, "What event were you in at the Olympics?"
Yeah, right. Well, how do you not like that?
So I said, "Let me just say, I did my best at the Olympics." Because we did go. We were there in Beijing and London.
Yeah.
Then she said, was it at the London Olympics? And I said, I was at London and Beijing.
Yeah, which is true.
And in Sydney as a spectator.
I'm still not convinced with you. Let me just say I did my best.
Of course I did my best.
Because the lady would be there going, why doesn't this guy want to tell me his event so
But you can
much?
tell that they are Americans. They're too polite to go, "Hey, listen, I asked you a question." They're getting a bit annoyed because I'm skirting around the question, just giving them a lot of vagaries. And the one I didn't get to use, but I still had in the barrel if I needed it, was if they were like, "So what event did you do?" I probably could have got away with, "Look, I didn't get a medal." If that's what you're asking. I was at the swimming. It would have been nice to win a gold, but now with a bit of time that's passed, I'm okay with it.
What about, I would have loved to have made the 100 metres final, but just wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, sadly, that's life. And also the rules, because I wasn't registered as an Olympian.
Happy hour, Hamish and Andy with you.
It's now time to talk about the Guardians of the Watch.
Indeed it is. There's a curse on this show, but a curse that is getting extinguished by the day, Ham.
It's wonderful. It's a wonderful feeling, and everyone listening to the show is probably feeling a little lighter, a little happier, because we were in possession of a cursed gold-coloured watch. So we did the only thing responsible people would do. Cut it into 5 pieces. We sealed each piece in a curse-proof resin, and we are now attempting to distribute those 5 pieces throughout the world.
To the people worldwide that listen to this show, yes, there was a dark stench that wafted into this studio and through everyone's radios of a curse a while back. Haim, we're just opening the doors now, really, and just...
We're fanning it out. And you can still smell it a little bit, and you can still smell what the stench had for lunch, but it's a lot...
You should still fear it.
But you can now begin to concentrate on your work a little bit more. We've sent one piece to Hawaii, another piece has gone to Iceland.
Yes.
So Sunland and Iceland have each received a piece. Today, Ando, we look for our third global guardian of a piece of the cursed watch. And you would think after today, with 3 pieces scattered worldwide, even though we'll still be in possession of 2, for any evil geniuses wanting to rebuild this cursed watch, we've made the job very hard for them.
Thank you to Elizabeth, who was suggesting India. That's where she is, Ham.
God, it's chaos over there. You and I have been.
Yeah, exactly.
One beautiful country, but mayhem.
She suggests that she could go and cleanse it in the Ganges. Now, I don't think the Indian people would be that thrilled for their most sacred river.
It is meant to, it flows from Everest and out of the Himalayas. It is highly regarded.
Yeah, you wouldn't risk it, would you? You wouldn't risk this.
God, it'd make headlines. And you know that kind of bad PR is going to land back on us.
Yes. So thank you, Elizabeth. It's not going to India. Where is it going today, Ham?
Ando, Cape Town, recently made famous for the scene of Blake and Sam's horrible bust-up on The Bachelor.
Yes.
But perhaps now that curse can be undone by them accepting a piece of a cursed watch.
Ryan joins us. Ryan, you're going to be the latest Guardian. Welcome.
Thank you, guys. How's it going there?
Yeah, very
Ryan, first things first, what's the feeling like in Cape Town at the moment? I'm sure you're aware that the finale of The Australian Bachelor was filmed over there. Blake, once upon a time Australia's smoothest man, proposed to Sam. Minutes later, he retracted it once the cameras had stopped rolling, and he's now Australia's. He's not most hated, but
He's up there.
He's receiving a few scowls, no doubt. What's the mood like in Cape Town?
Oh, people are gutted.
Yep.
Terrible news, that. Terrible.
We know you're lovers of love.
Is any truth to the rumour, Ryan, that the city of Cape Town is considering suing Blake for bringing their whole city into a bad name?
No. We can survive this. We can survive it easily.
You can survive this. This is the biggest thing to rock the town until, Ryan, you put up your hand and you said, listen, I will take care of a piece of the cursed watch. Everyone's keen to know, as a guardian of the watch, how do you protect this piece of cursed watch?
Well, I have a patch of land that failed the vegetable garden, so I propose digging it under there because I want to, pave over it. So once it's down there, it will never come up again.
You're going to pave over it?
That's good.
Yeah, pave over it.
Secure it in concrete. That sounds perfect.
Well, it's what they did to Chernobyl, and that so far has been fine. They encased it in concrete.
Just a spray down.
I don't mind giving at least one piece of the watch the old Chernobyl treatment. Well, Ryan, you're almost there as a watchman, but like all our watchmen and women, you do have to take the oath of the watchman. You prepared to take the oath?
That I am.
Okay, simply repeat after me. I think
you remember it?
I think I remember it from yesterday.
You should write this down.
No, I know, but like all good oaths, it's passed on verbally and committed to memory. So, Ryan, just repeat after me. I am a watchman.
I am a watchman.
I will not sleep nor take a lover.
I will not sleep nor take a lover.
Nor make a noise nor even move.
Nor make a noise or even move.
For the rest of my life as I watch the watch.
For the rest of my life as I watch the watch.
And my watch starts now.
And my watch starts now.
Okay, mate, will you keep up that vow?
Thanks very much for joining us, Ryan.
Thank you, man.
No, don't speak. You just
Tough one. Tough one if you weren't allowed to move, but you were allowed to take a lover. have to say it would be a very one-sided affair and not a lot of fun for them. No, we know you'll keep those vows up. That's how important looking after the watch is. Thank you, mate.
Thank you, mate. It's coming to Cape Town soon. Hamish and Andy's Happy Hour. Talking about first loves today, and a New Zealand listener, Ham, has emailed in. Her name's May Reid, and she talks of her first love being a TV presenter, a guy called Jason Gunn. Now,
full disclosure, we were unfamiliar with Jason Gunn.
Yes.
He was described to us as sort of like New Zealand's Bert Newton.
Yeah.
Just much loved TV identity. We've since done some research today, looked at a bit of his back catalogue. Great stuff.
And yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'd base most of it off his 1992 show, Son of a Gun, with Jason Gunn.
I think it started as a bit of a kid show, and now
he's got a puppet, which is very Daryl Summers.
And now
sort of like having Aussie Ostrich.
And now he's gone into other things. I think he hosts Wheel of Fortune at the moment. Anyway,
good on him.
This is May Reid's first love. We thought, wouldn't it be amazing to try and get her to connected with Jason Gunn?
Very difficult for us to do.
We said that this morning. We forgot about it all afternoon.
Luckily.
We've looked down at our sheet and gone, okay, this is the part where we were meant to try and connect May Reid with her childhood first love, celebrity crush.
But what the ears don't know, the heart shall never find out.
Exactly.
So when she's on hold at the moment, when we pick her up off hold, we'll have a bit of a chat to her. I give this 1% chance of working.
Yeah.
You talk to her a bit. I'm going to sneak outside, call in on the other line, pretend to be Jason Gunn. Bearing in mind, I'm basing my accent off two things here. A few quick YouTube clips of his that I've watched, some from 92, so I'm doing a young voice of his anyway, because it's 20 years old. but mostly I'm just going off a New Zealand stereotype.
Yeah, mainly it's just a racist version of a New Zealand accent.
A bad New Zealand accent. So the chances of her thinking it is him are very, very slim, but if she does, great, we've made her dreams come true.
Yeah, and no one's the wiser. Exactly. She's about to join us now, everyone. May Reid, are you there?
Yeah, I am. Hi.
May Reid, welcome to the show.
Now, May Reid, you had a...
Mairead.
Oh, Mairead.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We're just going purely off the written word. Now, Mairead, you had a bit of a crush on a New Zealand celebrity.
Yeah, I don't know if he's really a big celebrity or if you guys really know about him in Australia, but when I was about 4, he was on a VHS, so I thought he was, the most famous person in the world, basically.
Yes, anyone on video back in those days, certainly.
Sure.
So, and then you grew up. I mean, he's still on television in New Zealand, though, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even have a TV at my flat, so I don't even see him. But I know that he's still doing well. So
Jason
pride.
Jason Gunn is still out there. Yeah. What was it you loved about him?
He was just really funny. I mean, he was a children's TV show presenter when I was tiny, and I was just like, wow, he's the funniest person ever. He's so great. And then he grew up and went on to present stuff like Wheel of Fortune, and my friends were like, oh, who's that old guy? And I was like, shut up.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, have you ever met him?
No, I haven't, even though New Zealand's quite small. I think I was at an airport at the same time as him once.
Wow. Well,
but I didn't see him.
Mairead, we've got a mystery caller for you today. We wanted to make your first love dream come true. Mystery caller, take it away.
Hello, Mairead. Do you recognise this voice?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. Hi.
I'm not that old.
Well, I don't know. You're not older than my mum, so you're not old. But, sorry.
Late 40s. Give us a break.
Late 40s.
I'm doing the show. I've got to say, guys, I love your show.
Oh, thanks very much. Mairead, is there any catchphrase that Jason would say? You wanted to say it for you?
Could you please say a rare and priceless moa egg? It's from Jason and Thingy's Big Adventure.
I know. It's been a little while. A rare and priceless moa egg.
Is this the real Jason Gunn?
No, I've got to come clean. We didn't get him. It's just Hamish out there.
Oh, my God, good. That's awesome.
Right. I mean, did you feel like it was, was I close to Jason Gunn?
Yeah, no, it was he did a really convincing New Zealand accent, and he was pretty good at bluffing his way through stuff that I was talking about.
Did you used to love me on Son of a Gun?
That's uncanny, actually.
Hey, Hamish, come back in here. We have to apologise. Mairead, how would you have felt if we'd actually got the real Jason? Is it one of these ones?
I think I would have, because you guys are also famous and awesome, but I listen to your show a lot, and so I kind of feel less bad about embarrassing myself in front of you. So.
Yeah, sure. We're no gun. I mean, would you still like us to track down Jason Gunn for you? Or do you feel like that cheap facsimile that I was able to perform, it was good enough?
I feel like that's all I'll ever need. I've got, real closure on my childhood crush. So.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us, Mairead. Sorry we couldn't get the real one for you.
That's okay. It was just as good. Thank you very much.
It definitely wasn't. Thank you.
Haim, this is exciting because yesterday we had on the show a fellow called Nathan. He's in his teenage years and he was worried that he was going to complete his teenage years without ever egging a house.
And we thought, what can we do, Ando? We don't want to obviously encourage reckless vandalism to an innocent person's house. Eggs can cause damage to paint jobs and weatherboard stuff.
But a lot of Nathan's mates had done it when they were 13 or 14.
What do we do? We're jammed. We're trying to bloody make a dream come true. We're also trying to protect an innocent person's house.
So while Nathan was on the phone, we thought of this solution. Let's egg Grumpy Dave's house, our boss.
Yep.
But not unfairly. We'll give him a chance.
Got to give Dave a chance.
A chance to protect his place. And so we put a call out to him.
Here's the challenge. Dave, you've got 10 minutes from now.
Yep, Dave, if you're listening.
Yeah, to call either of myself or Andy's phones and leave the voicemail that should sound like this. Dear Hamish and Andy, yes, I do listen to the show. Please don't egg my house. Code word Pinocchio. I say again, code word Pinocchio.
Nathan was on the phone. He was listening. He was having a giggle along. So Ando and I, we finished the show yesterday and we thought, Well, Grumpy Dave, he says he listens to the show every day. He's got 10 minutes to get to us. I'm sure he's listening. Oh, well, would have been nice for Nathan to egg his house.
Yeah.
But I'm sure our boss, who lives and breathes the station, so he says.
He'd be across it. Nathan joins us again now. Nathan, how are you?
Pretty good, thanks.
Good to hear.
You'd be nervous that as soon as we got off air yesterday, our phones would have been blown up with Dave trying to stop the attack?
Yes, it was.
Well, Nathan, we've got something to tell you.
My phone blew up in the same way that a rock being filmed with time-lapse photography blows up.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing happened.
Not a shake.
And
not a murmur.
Interesting, very interesting.
And again, my phone didn't ring at all. Kind of like Blake from The Bachelor's phone now after...
Ice cold.
Yeah, ice cold after what he did to Sam or whatever.
Not even telemarketers.
Yeah. So, Nathan, the good news is we're going to go eat Grumpy Dave's house with you.
Oh, I'm ecstatic.
No, we're going hunting.
Yes.
Now, it's just going to be the one egg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you happy with that? That's okay, so assume you're disappointed with that.
We also feel it's only fair to let Dave in on this now.
Yeah.
Not to say that we're not going to go through with it, but we thought we'd give him a call now, Nathan. And when we chat to him, we might put you on to him right at the end just to say, Dave, I'm going to egg your house, okay?
Feel free to threaten him in any way you deem fit.
Okay, we'll just pull.
I think that would be good.
Yeah, I think so. We're calling our boss now, Grumpy Dave. Like I said, Ham, we gave every opportunity for him to get out of this.
It would have been the most basic opportunity in the world. You would have thought he'd listening to the show. Says he loves and cares about it.
Or if he'd gone to the loo, his assistant.
Hello?
Hey!
Big D!
Hi, boys.
Grumpy D. Grumples.
What's happening?
Now, Dave...
It's been shortened now, has it?
Did you listen to the show yesterday?
Did I listen to the show yesterday?
Or were you...
can't say I did listen to it yesterday.
Were you briefed on the show afterwards?
Well, no, but I have received a warning.
Yep.
You've heard whispers?
About my property being damaged. Or the potential to be damaged.
Yeah.
But I have no idea why,
Okay.
what I've done, or how you plan to do that.
Well, you tell us that you listen to the show all the time, and so we thought we'd give you a test. Yesterday on the show, Nathan, a young man who's never egged a house, said he really wanted to scratch that itch. We said, well, we thought maybe Grumpy Dave's house would be a bit naughty and a bit cheeky, but Grumpy Dave, if you're listening to this show, you had 10 minutes to call us and say, don't do it, we wouldn't do it.
To egg my house?
Yeah.
A single egg, a single house.
Are you boys in year 9?
Year 12, we're finishing the end of the
year. So we're going to fly Nathan down, and we're going to organise in the next week to go out and egg your house. Nathan's standing by. Nathan, do you have anything to say to Grumpy Dave?
Dave, I will egg your house.
Well... That's all well and good, Nathan, but you listen to me, son.
Here we go. This is good. Dave has kids. He knows how to do this.
Yeah.
Listening.
Now, I can tell you, I've currently got a few projects on, and I can tell you that currently I'm coming back from my house, and there is no fewer than 13 burly workmen working on my house at the moment. So if you wish to take that chance, young Nathan, you go for it.
Oh,
have we got 13 eggs?
Dave's got manpower at his house.
So I would say, Nathan, you bring it on.
Yep.
And you just be very careful because it won't be me protecting my house.
Yep.
It'll be the people that are working on it.
All right. They work there at night, do they?
I'll be paying them around the clock until you call this off.
Okay, Dave, we'll leave him there. Nathan, don't stand true, Nathan. We're going to get you down. We're going to go and do this. We now have to be a bit more strategic.
I know exactly how we're doing it. You and I get one of those food trucks, the lunch vans. Turn up to the building site. Attention, tradies. free hot dogs and cokes. And then we just get Nathan Piffy's egg.
That's all we've got time for this afternoon. The next week, we will be doing that. HamishAndy.com for anything you may have missed. We'll catch you tomorrow, everyone.
Sausage rolls and iced coffees.
Thank you for podcasting The Hamish and Andy Show.